for Milner. Right wing, only Regis in the middle at the moment. The ball comes in looking for Regis. Well headed clear by Robertson at the expense of the first corner of the evening. That's one to Chester on their right side. The big guns are up. Alsford and Whelan forward. It breaks to Chris Priest just outside the box. Moves it back to the right wing. Flitcroft sends it in again. Oh, and a terrific head there by Spencer Whelan. Forces a save out of the goalkeeper with just 3 minutes on the clock. Julian Alsford with the throw. Well, they're given awarded to Chester just inside their own half, but Andy Milner was making a run, and had that gone through to him, Chester would have been pretty disappointed to have been pulled back. After just 6 minutes of play, it goes the way of the home side, Chester City. And it's Spencer Whelan who gets it. It was in fact Spencer Whelan who came close earlier on, but within 6 minutes on the board, Spencer Whelan with a pretty close cropped haircut there is the man who puts Chester City in the lead. Milner not quite able to control that, so Whelan Julie sends it back down again. Headed on by Flitcroft, but real up and under, and it's Leonard looking to try and keep it in play. Now it's with Sabre. Shelton almost gets ahead on that. It's bobbing about in the Chester defence. Oh, and a great save. A great save there from Billy Stewart. It was certainly Wigan at the most dangerous so far. And it was Roberto Martinez who got the shot in, and Billy Stewart had to be up to his best to clear it. Well, that time Fisher got ahead to that one. That's conceded the corner, but certainly Wigan throwing on the pressure now. They've withstood virtually constant Chester pressure for the first 12 minutes, but the last few minutes, with 15 minutes on the clock now, it's Wigan starting to establish themselves in this game. Sabre, a tricky centre, and that's scooped up and over his own net by Julian Alsford. And the second corner in a very short space of time on this right side for Wigan, and their travelling fans, a good bunch of them it must be said. They've travelled down here in fair numbers. They've really got something to shout about now as Sabre goes out to take the corner. Oh, that was easy for this goalkeeper Stewart. Wingers Sabre on the right, Diaz on the left, with Martinez backing up behind. Flitcroft down the line for Milner, gets the head on to Regis. Back to Milner. Chance for Milner. Oh, and that's a good save. It must be a goal. It's Bishop following up for the goal. And Chester are 2-0 up. 22 minutes. And it's looking good for Chester. Eddie Bishop follows up what was had to be said is a pretty good save from David Felgate. Andy Milner broke through, beat the tackle, put a shot on goal, and Felgate got down to his right but couldn't hold it. And who was backing up but the City captain, second goal in successive games, Eddie Bishop, who makes the score 2-0. It's looking good now, Richard.
Oh yeah, what a great start. Great start to the season for Eddie Bishop.
Bishop tackles Lightfoot and puts him off enough to misdirect the pass. A long pass out for Flitcroft. Good head on for Milner, but there's no support. Well, it's definitely a free kick. Now, is that a penalty or is it outside the box? Well, the referee is under pressure from the Chester players to award the penalty. The linesman signalled for a free kick. He didn't signal for the penalty, which is the flag across the chest signal. He felt it was outside the box. It's certainly a free kick going Chester's way. We're in the 3rd minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Oh, well, under pressure as the Wall charged forward. It was Priest who took the kick, but over the top.
2-0 then at half-time, but the Chester players left the field at the break, convinced that they had been robbed of a penalty decision. Wigan, however, were relieved at the let-off, and they came out for the second period, realising that with the second leg to come, the tie was still not yet lost.
Back to Miller. Foul on the far side. Oh, a good header from Leonard and a good save from Stewart. Milner not quite able to control that. And it's Latics who move away up the right with Martinez. Oh, that was an important interception there by Chester. Carragher sets up Diaz in space. Whelan has to come across. Oh, and it's there. There's the goal that's been coming. Martinez is the scorer. That's been coming for a long time, and there's no doubt about that. Was fully justified on the run of play. And after 65 minutes, the goal that Wigan have been threatening all half. Matthew Carragher finds Istras Diaz. A foul on Martinez by Chris Priest. Awards Wigan a free kick on this left-hand side. John Doolan, the man who's going to put it sideways to David Miller, chips it forward. Good flick on from Leonard. Oh, and a brilliant save there. Diaz was in there, and that looked a goal all the way. But what a save from Billy Stewart. What a brilliant save. Cost him the corner, but saved them a goal. There's no doubt about that. The flick through, the head through from Leonard was met by Diaz, and it was a superb save down to his left by Billy Stewart. And Wigan work it away, but they've had a lot of men back. Now then they're trying to catch Chester on the break. Diaz cuts in from the left. Billy Stewart is out of his area. Clears it downfield to Carragher. Marked by Flitcroft. Beaten by Milner. Milner got no support at the moment, has to check back. Diagonal run coming here from Rimmer. Chester strong on this right side. Flitcroft sends it in. It's a good head. Oh, and it's in. It's a great goal, and Chester have pulled it back against the odds. And it was Andy Milner who got that goal against the run of play. 77 minutes of play. Andy Milner makes it 3-1 for the home side. That is a more realistic scoreline for the Chester supporters. That's more what they wanted. Now then, we've got a substitution. Cyril Regis has gone off, and I think that's John Murphy that's come on. Murphy finds Milner down the line. Murphy going in the middle for the return. It's there, and he's onside. Great chance for Murphy, and he's made it. Oh, a brilliant goal. We said there was more goals in this. And 85 minutes, substitute John Murphy gets on the scoreline. And it's a 4-1 scoreline now.
So the home fans went home happy as City finished with a comprehensive 4-1 victory.